Infections are illnesses caused by bacteria, viruses, or fungus. I tell you. Different microorganisms cause different type of infection. Sometimes when an organism affects the eyes, the legs, the skin, any part, they are usually named after the part. I'm not going to go into all that details today, but I just want to let you know some things. Now, your body in itself has the ability to tackle, fight. The way God built your human system, the human body, it has the ability to take care of itself. But what happens is that because of drugs, because of lifestyle, because of stress, family history, genetics, several factors, environment, could now make the body's resistance to go down. And so these bacteria that ordinarily would not have been able to cause problem now begin to cause problem. Another thing is that a bacteria, because of also other diseases like diabetes, hypertension, cancer, could now make HIV, could now make a bacteria that ordinarily would not have had power to now overtake the body, overrun the body, producing symptoms. Now, this video is about recurrent bacterial infection. So, I have a lot of people who send me messages to say, oh, I've been treating this infection, I have this chronic infection, I've been taking drugs, I've taken this drug, I've taken that drug, it didn't go. Sometimes, what happens is that you are reinfecting yourself. Yes, get it again. Reinfection. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that your drug you are using is not working or the therapy did not work. It just simply means that you were not able to identify the source of the problem. And because of that, you reinfected yourself while in the course of a treatment. So how do you prevent recurring bacteria? This video is how to prevent recurrent infection. First of all, you must identify what kind of bacteria are you dealing with. It's simple. How do you do that? Simple blood swab culture. It could be blood culture, it could be urine culture, specimen. You cannot identify bacteria through a scan. A blood specimen or a urine specimen or any fluid, body fluid, has to be cultured. When the culture is done, it will now tell you what particular or class or group or type of bacteria you are dealing with. Very, very important. It also tells you what course of antibiotic therapy would be most appropriate. Very, very important. It also tells you what the bacteria is resistant to. Another very important point in the course of treatment of any kind of infection. Any kind of infection. These three things must be identified. Now, when you have identified that, and say maybe you are on my antibiotics therapy, for instance, how do you now ensure that you do not reinfect yourself? Let me let you know that bacteria move in body fluids. Saliva, through the droppings from your private parts. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, what should you do? You need to do thorough disinfection. When you are in the course of any antibiotics therapy for any kind of infection, it's important that you do, aside from cleaning your inside, the surfaces where those bacteria have been dropped, where you have droppings, they have to be thoroughly disinfected, starting with your toilet. Yes, your toilet. You need to not just wash with soap and water. If you are in the course of any antibiotics therapy, you need to do disinfection. Disinfection is different from cleaning. You finish washing, then you disinfect. Use a disinfectant. There are lots of disinfectants in the market. I'm not going to call any particular one because they didn't give me money to advertise for them. But you know, what should you look out for? Look for hypochlorite solution that has 99.9999999. Yeah, because they won't tell you 100%. So what you do? You get those, you put 2 cup of the bottle, put it in 50 ml or 100 ml of water. It has to be concentrated. Yes, not that you put one cover in a bucket of water. No, it has to, you are doing disinfection, you know. So you put it and then you clean those surfaces. It's very important that you do this at the 3rd day. You know, the 3rd day into the treatment, you do that. Second thing, you need to disinfect your undies. Get all your undies. If you can buy a new set, beautiful. Get your undies, and then you should use cotton. Cotton will be most appropriate. You wash them, then you use boiling hot water. Soak them in boiling hot water and spread them under the sun. I tell you, under the sun. The sunlight, aside from the rays that it provided, it also has ability to disinfect your clothes. So you should spread your undies under the sun, and you should not pack the undies when it is dark. No, don't do that. You pack the undies when the sun is still up. So, for instance, you finish soaking them, you wash, you soak, you disinfect, then you put it under the sun. If you're using washing machine, good. Use the white mode. Like the machine has this mode for white, where it cooks it. When it cooks it, it washes it, it rinses it, fine. Then you bring it out, put it under the sun. When the sun is hottest, you leave it under the sun, then you pack it in. If you can iron, fine, good. But you see, these are ways. What are you doing? You are those small ones that you are treating the one inside your body, right? Then the ones that have dropped, that are still on surfaces, you are getting rid of them. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sure you do. So that's second thing that you need to do. Then third thing, your mattress, your bed sheets, your towels, everything has to be disinfected. You disinfect. Do I mean that you disinfect the whole house? Yes, I mean you disinfect everywhere you sit on, you touch surfaces. Yes, you should do that when you are in the course of an antibiotics infection therapy. I mean to say, when you're in course of any antibiotic therapy. So I hope I've been able to provide you with answers to why you are having recurring infection. That is aside of the drugs or the therapy you are using not working. Now supposing you are using, and an antibiotic is built to destroy bacteria activities. I'm telling you. So when something is an antibiotic, it stops cellular activities, it destroys it. So these things I'm telling you are the things that you need to do to prevent recurring infection. Also, the last thing, if it was a partner that gave it to you, ensure that both of you get treated, and after the treatment, go back and do tests and make sure that you are good. So if there's any other video you want me to do, drop it in the comment section and I'm going to do a video on it. Until then, please tell someone about us. Subscribe. If you found or learned something about this video, then why don't you just subscribe and share this link with someone else. Till next time, my name is Dr. Rita Jabin. See ya.